from First Bank Stadium in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about teams who are building for the future, you've got to mention Vanderbilt. Stadium upgrades, a dynamic crowd. First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee has improved in the last few years. It is the smallest stadium in the SEC, but the Vanderbilt fans are getting louder and more passionate as Clark Lee continues to build a contender in Nashville. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Commodores offense will get the football first. Last time these two met, it was a beatdown, and I'm sure these guys would love to land the first punch in this one.
Bragging rights and setting the tone right from the beginning of the game, right? I mean, they came and were shot out of a cannon. They were playing with so much energy and so much fire. They just overwhelmed their opponent the last time out there.
And I promise you they've heard about it a lot, right? They've been poked, they've been prodded. It's been mentioned. It's been running through the facility all week long. You've seen it on social media. The clips of the last matchup to provide a spark, some hate, some anger, to get them going for this football game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Sherrill. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Got it, looking for a first. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Commodores send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. And they'll stop him right there on the return. The Volunteers offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Going to be interesting to see how they use him throughout this game because this linebacking crew can be exploited. Hits the hole. It's Bishop. Can't get him to the ground.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Might as well run him again. Turning it on. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Rashada Downs going up top. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right side, it's Jackson. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Crosses the 10. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Volunteers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Volunteers! They put the first points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game. But defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB is looking for.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Takes the handoff. It's Alexander. Gets some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield, it's Carter. Rush right in his face. Just a misfire there. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Makes the grab in their space. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Motion from the wide receiver. The give on 4th. And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Finds his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And that's this guy's third catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Back to pass on second down. Into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Gets rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Dead center perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets out.
Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Commodores, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Using his legs, it's Alexander.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Keep it on the ground. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Motion from the back. Wants to throw. It's Carter. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Commodores will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
I like the decision there in the RPO game, too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game, too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And with that last grab coming up just short of the sticks, Plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Defense all over him.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Out wide right, it's Davis. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Vols are marching down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Oh, he's got some space. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll try to do it himself. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Matthews. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a 1st down. They're already 2. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Release to the back. Intercepted for the 11th time. There he goes. Touchdown Vols. The defense putting points on the board. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw one 1st. Looking for a huge play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. And the Commodores in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. They bring the punter onto the field now.
Number 46 in formation to kick it away.
Looking for room. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. With an update on that, let's check in with Holly.
Here on the away team sideline, guys, they have a big lead right now, and they were expected to be here. One of the top teams in the country. They have performed that way here today. Even though some of the players are starting to celebrate just a little bit, coaches keep saying, we have more work to do. If they really want to continue to be one of the best teams in the country, they have to keep their foot on the gas to end this game. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Unloads to the wideout. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And the Volunteers decide to punt it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Taken down right away. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Obviously didn't like what he saw on 1st down, and they used a timeout. Back to throw, it's Carter. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Commodores have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He tries to take the top off. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Punt is in the air. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. Holly, what update do you have on that?
Checking in from the Tennessee sideline. As you know, there is history here today. That last touchdown catch on the previous drive set the new school record for receiving touchdowns in a season. And this wide receiver is going to continue to work. He's running right back out there right now, and the quarterback just said, hey, I'm going to keep looking your way. We'll see if they can keep that connection alive here today. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Holds on. It's Staley. Still on his feet at the 45. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Drops back on 1st down. Had to get rid of it quickly.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
2nd and long here. Looking downfield very late in the half. Got a man. It's Staley. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. From the gun, it's Bishop. He's got the 1st down. The whistle's sound, and they got it called just in time, using the timeout with a 2nd left. Now to see if they can score before the half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the 1st half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin our coverage with Alabama taking on the Auburn Tigers. And it's the Crimson Tide chasing a 6th straight victory today. This team is a snowball rolling downhill, just adding momentum with every new week.
Bringing it back. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. As we start the 2nd half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Guys, coming out of the locker room at the half, this Vanderbilt team seems determined and focused. This rivalry has been so great in-state, but Tennessee has dominated for so many years until lately. Vanderbilt leads the game right now. They came off a win from last season, and they are determined. They are the team to beat in this state, but they've got to finish strong here to keep that dominance alive.
Makes the grab and room to run. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And the Vols come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the right. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Back's got it on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Vols will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
Breaks into the open. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Hits inside. It's Alexander. Swamped immediately.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. He gets it away from his own end zone. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Can they catch him? Touchdown Volunteers! Stealing a score on special teams. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Right side, it's Connor. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On the run, it's Alexander. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Well, this passing attack was on fire last week. Quarterback threw multiple TDs, but they got brought back down to earth very quick in the first half of this game. So here they are now early in the third quarter. They're trying to get some of that mojo back, taking a...
Makes the catch, and he's free. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. The Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Trying to get the corner. Now the pitch. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Carter. Lucky to get it off.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. They just keep firing. Out wide right, it's Young. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. And the Commodores will line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, here on the Volunteers sideline, there is a ton of excitement right now as their wide receiver just broke the team season record for receiving yards on that last drive. That made him the program's leader. School history made here today, but he's not done yet. He's jogging back out onto the field. He can continue to add to that total. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is the junior tight end who they are taking a look at, and we'll have Holly Rowe check on his situation. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. That's caught. It's Matthews. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The drama has been drained out of this game, but not so for the playoff race. Let's take a look at the projected playoff bracket here in Week 13, and not much time to shore up that resume. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. On the direct snap, it's Bishop. Turning it on. He's past the sticks. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
On the play. And first down for the offense.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Got a little grass. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Quick strike through the air for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point is good.
That makes the score Tennessee 41, Vanderbilt 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On third down, he drops to throw. Somehow fits it into that traffic. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Commodores will try to pin them back with the punt. Not a lot of room to field this one. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. So your defense has done yeoman's work. The idea, don't make any mistakes here. Take care of the ball and preserve this shutout. On the direct snap, it's Bishop. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play, like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Bishop. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Back has it. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Direct snap. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.